Okay, so now you've had a chance to have a look at an example of where you might see a negative number. I'd like you to do some more thinking here. Where is a place or an example that we might use a negative number? And I'd like you to pause the video and look around your home or look around outside and think about where you might use a negative number. Why do we need them? Why do they exist? All right, what are they trying to explain or describe to us? So on the slideshow, which you will see linked in the lesson plan, I'd like you to add a picture that represents a place that we could use a negative number. And why do we need it? What is that negative number explaining to us in your example? So it's going to take some time. So think and add your thought and picture to the slideshow. So one place you might recognize that we use negative numbers is with the temperature. All right, outside in the winter time, especially in Milan, or sometimes if you have a house in Switzerland, the temperature outside will be below zero. All right, that means that it is a negative temperature. And I'd like you to think about what that means. Why do we have negative numbers then? What is it trying to tell us? So here's an example of a thermometer, and it shows the temperature of 10 degrees Celsius. If the temperature decreases overnight by 15 degrees, what would the temperature be? All right, I've zoomed in a little bit on my thermometer here, just so I can make it a little bit clearer for everybody. Here's our current temperature of 10 degrees Celsius. And we're told that overnight, the temperature decreased or dropped to 15 degrees. So what would the temperature be in the morning? Well, to do that, we can think of the thermometer as a number line. Okay, our number line is going vertically. Our temperature gets warmer as the thermometer goes up, and our temperature gets colder if our temperature goes down, and here is 0 degrees. Okay, so what does this mean in terms of our example? Well, 10 degrees means we have a positive temperature of 10 degrees, and it's going to drop or decrease by 15 degrees Celsius. So it's going to go down. So from 10 degrees, we're going to go down in groups of 5. 5, 10, 15. And we end up here at negative 5 degrees Celsius. All right, our next question says 3 cities, A, B, and C, registered the following temperatures on Christmas Day. City A was negative 4 degrees Celsius, City B negative 10 degrees Celsius, and City C negative 12. Which city was the coldest that day? Use a number line if you need. I am actually going to use a number line so I can explain to you and show you what happens with our negative numbers. So I'm going to use a double-ended arrow here to represent the temperature. And the reason it's got arrows on it, because that tells us that our temperatures continue in both directions. Okay, so first on my number line, I'm going to need a 0.0. I'm going to put 0.0 quite high because all of my numbers are negative at the moment. So I need more space there. So here is 0. So remember, our numbers going up, they're going to be positive numbers. Positive 2, positive 4, positive 6. And our numbers going down the number line are going to be negative. So here is negative 2, negative 4, negative 6, negative 8, negative 10, negative 12, and I'll stop at negative 14. So something I'd like you to think about with the temperature. The 0.0 here is really, really important. If our numbers are increasing, all right, 2, 4, 6, and we're in the positive direction, that means we're getting hotter. So as our thermometer rises, our temperatures are getting hotter. And that's really easy to understand. A temperature of 30 in the summer is a lot warmer than a temperature of 5 in the winter. But what happens when we go negative? Well, as we go negative, our temperatures here actually get colder. So the further away we get from 0, heading in a positive direction, we're getting hotter. And the further we get away from 0, in a negative direction, we're actually getting colder. So let's go ahead and put our cities on. City A was at negative 4 degrees. City B was at negative 10. And City C was negative 12. Here are our cities. So really easily, our number line has helped us to determine which city was the coldest that day. It was city C, because it is the furthest away from zero in a negative direction. We could say that city A was warmer than city C on Christmas Day.